Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of our project, which HELLY. In this video I will show you how to add the eyes, apply the hair, and we will also make her hat. So grab your project from part 1 and your darning needle and black yarn, and let's insert these eyes, or embroider these eyes, because that's what we're doing. Okay, so what you want to do is find the flat where you're going to have the front of her face. Okay, then you're going to insert your needle in the very center, but at the bottom under her chin. Bring it up about 4 or 5 rows. Keep the eyes low because the hat's kind of low. Okay, so bring the yarn through. Go over 2 stitches. So I'm going to go over 1, 2. So I'm going to go underneath so we don't see that yarn. Okay. Now I'm just going to outline the stitch that's there. See the little square? So I'm going to go to the top of that, insert, and bring it out through the very bottom of that square. So just a little insert to create a little eye there. So pull it, but don't pull it too tight. And now we're just going to repeat that. Go in one more time. And pull it down. And there's one eye finished. Okay? So now we're going to go over to do the other side. We're going to go into the yarn here and go over 3 stitches. Okay, and we're just going to do that same thing on this side. You want to make sure you're going to start from the same sort of point you started on the other side, or they're not going to look the same. Depends how important that is to you. Just making some adjustments here. It's a wonky stitch I came out of. Okay. So this looks like it'll be good. So you go to the top of the stitch, bring it through the bottom, pull it but not too tight, and then just do it again. And now this time, instead of coming out the bottom of the eye, you're going to bring it through the dress. So put it in through the head and down through the center and pull it out through there. And there you have it. The eyes are done. Easy peasy. Alright, so we'll cut our yarn. And there's a little black piece from when we went in first to do the eye. I'm just going to pull that through the center. Get it out of the way. Okay. Alrighty, so let's apply the hair. So what you're going to need to measure out your hair is like a book or a journal, anything like squarish you can use. I'm going to use this box. Okay, and I'm going to fold it down so I have about this much room. Much room to wrap the hair around, and wrap it around so you hold it at the top. You want to wrap it around 20 times, okay? We're not going to do it that way. I'll scratch this out of the, I'll delete it out of the video. We're doing it a different way. Grab your yarn for your hair color and make a slip knot. Okay, now you're going to chain up 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, grab your little witch. Now, to start, I start on one beside the eye on one side. And because the hat's going to come down, don't worry with the top. But insert your hook around somewhere like there. Bring it up the next stitch. Up one. Pull it through. Chain one. Single crochet into the next stitch. Bring it through. Single crochet. Now chain 18 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Cut your yarn. Pull it through. Okay? You see that? How it sits there like that? So now we're going to work beside it. I'm just showing you where you're going to insert your hook next time. So you'll go right there in the next stitch, okay? But before you do that, you have to chain the first 18. Then attach, and then chain the last 18. All right. There's the yarn. There we go. All right. So slip knot, chain 18, 1, 2, it's 18, attach it to the head, just where I showed you. Pull it through, chain 1, next stitch over. Make sure you're keeping it on the same row so it's not wonky all over the place and it looks nice and uniform. Single crochet and chain 18. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cut the yarn, pull that through. Okay, so you're going to continue that, keeping on the same line, meaning keeping them all the same around, and I'll meet you at the other side of the eye. Okay, so now that the hair is done, you trim off those long pieces at the bottom. We're going to start her hat. So what you want to do is grab a piece of cardboard in a circular shape, the size you want your brim, and you're going to trace it and cut it out the cardboard. Then you're going to make a hole in the center of that circle for the head to come out. Okay? So after you trace that, you'll cut it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. make sure it fits. I like it so that you can tuck her head up into the circle a little bit so it stays on tighter, right? So that's like a perfect fit for that. And we still have to wrap it. So I am going to take a little bit more because the yarn is going to take up some room. All right. So grab the yarn you're going to be using for the color, so that the same color as the dress. I'm using a dark gray. I have so many black, which is in black right now, so I chose the dark gray. And what you want to do is get some yarn off the main body if you have like a lot of yarn left. If not, then it'll go through the little loop easy, but it's easier to wrap the brim when you can push it right through, and you'll see what I mean. So I just wrap it. And if I have to cut more, like, that's fine. Okay, so we'll start with this. Okay. This is where you want to get your hot glue ready for the end of it so you can seal it shut. 1 second. Okay. So we're going to put the end here and kind of lock it in. I don't know if you've ever made a pom-pom with a pom-pom maker, but you can secure that yarn in by crossing over and anchoring it in that way. And then you'll just keep pushing this through, just like that. So it lifts up, under, pull it up through there, and keep wrapping it till the whole brim is covered. Okay. And when that glue gun heats up, I'm going to glue this first piece down as well. Okay, but then just continue around, wrapping till it's all covered, and I'll meet you back here when we're done. Okay, so now the wrap's all done. We're going to work on the height of the hat. We're going to make a triangle. So we're going to grab your hook and we're going to chain 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. Ooh, that was violent. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay? So there's that. So for the first row, we're going to skip the first stitch and go into the second one in single crochet and put 1 single crochet in every stitch after that to the end of the row. And I'll meet you here when we're done. Okay, we're at the end of that row. We're going to chain 1, turn. And now we're going to decrease the first 2 stitches, okay? So you insert, pull up a loop, insert into the one right beside it, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch until we have 2 stitches left at the end of the row. I'll meet you back there. Okay, so now we're at the last 2 stitches, so we're going to decrease those. Insert, pull up a loop, insert again right beside it, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3, pull tight. Chain 1, turn, and repeat that last row. So decrease the first 2 here, single crochet until you have 2 left, and then decrease the last 2. And we're going to do that all the way up to the top of the triangle until we have no more stitches to work with, and I'll meet you then. Okay, so we have the triangle, And then all I did was fold it over and single crochet down the side there, okay? So now we're gonna turn it on the right side. When you sew it up the back, make sure it's on the wrong side. Okay. Grab your hook and kind of just make sure you got top of the hat out. Grab your brim. And we're gonna sew it on top like that, okay? So get your darning needle, and I'll show you how to get in those stitches there. Okay. So we're going to attach the hat now. So what you're going to do is get your needle under a couple pieces of yarn there. Pull it through. Okay? And you're getting this yarn from the tail that you left after you finished your triangle. Sewing it up back and all. Oh, 1 second.